Hey, it's Double Krown. You know, they used to say that all the world's a stage and all the men and women are the players. They have their exits and their entrances. But no, I tell you, no. Maybe all the world is not a stage. Maybe all the world is a video game. This is a very sophisticated video game. We are living the Matrix. We are inside the Matrix. And you have to say, if this is a video game, if this is all just a virtual reality, the graphics are awesome. Absolutely awesome. HD quality, I tell you. But the gameplay has been shit. The gameplay is bloody awful. Maybe I'm just no good at this game. Maybe this is not the game for me. But if this is a video game, where are the monsters? Is this a monster game? I don't see any monsters. You'd expect monsters in a video game. But you know, maybe this was a monster game. That would explain the dinosaurs. When the dinosaurs were here on Earth, this was a monster game. This was a monster Matrix. But they've changed the game. They've changed the rules. The coders have been dicking around with this game, and it's now turned into a zombie game. Zombie hordes everywhere. They're in a trance. They are in a trance. They are living a parallel universe. They are living a parallel life. What is going on? They think one way, I think another. These zombie hordes, they are mindless. They follow the system. And you can see them in the mornings, shuffling off to work, all in a big queue of traffic. And they daren't go into the bus lane. Oh no, the world would end if they crept into the bus lane. No, they're not allowed to do that because this is the zombie hordes. And you see them shuffling back home at around 5-6 o'clock in the evening, again following that nice line of traffic. And they daren't go into the bus lane. Oh no, 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 no. No, they're not allowed. They are the zombie hordes. They are coded. They are programmed. They have to follow a certain pattern. And I've been a zombie for many, many years myself. I'm guilty. I was that zombie. And no doubt I will be again, probably. I'll be forced by the gameplay because the gameplay is so shit. This gameplay is awful. This is one of the worst games I've played. So if this really is just a video game, you would expect to find some non-playable characters, just like you do in a typical video game. And those non-playable characters would be, some of them would be brutes, and some of them would be friends. Some of them would be enemies, and some of them will turn nasty if you cross them. But this is no ordinary zombie game. You too can become a zombie. You too can become infected. You too can have the zombie virus. It might be passed on to you by your parents. You might be infected by the government. You might be infected by your boss, a colleague, a friend, a neighbour. You can get this virus anywhere and you will turn into a zombie, one of the shuffling masses that we see around us. But luckily, there is a way out. You can detoxify. You can install your very own antivirus software. You can get rid of the virus. You can become de-infected. But it's up to you. The sentient you. The real you. I'm talking about your soul. It's up to you. You can detoxify yourself. You can get rid of the infection. A cleansing experience. It might involve religion. It might involve spirituality. It's up to you how you get rid of it. And you can return to being a human being, a sentient being, a real being, a soul, a living soul. Now, have you ever heard the phrase, He is really good at his job. She is really good at her job. He's a good little worker. And they want to turn you into a commodity. They want to put a price on your head. But of course, you would expect a artificial intelligent construct to be good at its job. For example, a computer is good at what it does. It's good at its job. A robot would be good at its job. But that's not what makes us human. You know, what makes us human is listening to a song, writing a poem, watching the clouds go by overhead, nature, enjoying nature, sharing a picnic with friends and family, or having a joke and a laugh, revealing a failing or a personal experience. That's what makes us human. Rudyard Kipling once said in his poem called If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, and that's the point, winning and losing, does it really matter? Now you might say, oh, only a loser would say something like that. You know, a poem like that, that's for losers. Well, what about Jesus Christ? Was he a loser? He lost his life. But no, Jesus transcends life. He knew that death would not defeat him. It's a bit like a video game. You know, when you die in a video game, it doesn't mean the video game has defeated you. You are just going to come back into that video game. And the next time you play, you are going to be bigger, better, and stronger. And you will come back and victory will be yours. You know, people are always looking for cheap shots because they think that that is winning. But if you die in a video game, it doesn't mean that the game has defeated you. You might have decided to take a break. You might have decided to have a cup of tea. You might decide that the lawn needs mowing. You've decided there's another priority. There's something else that you need to win at first. Something more important. And maybe that's the way we need to view life. But what am I getting at? What am I trying to say? I'm saying that, you know, if this is a massive multiplayer, online, role-playing game, that we need to be looking out for sentient beings, real humans, people who give a human response. We're not just looking for brutes. We're not just looking for the zombie hordes. We're not just looking for the person who is good at his job. We are looking for real sentient beings, people who can enjoy a song, people who can share an experience. Those are the kind of connections that we need to make in life.